I'm locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out, no. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. Now, what it do, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Narrow Minded. My name is Ratchet Reggie, and today's episode is going to be about how can we lower the rates of domestic violence in the Black community. Domestic violence is a big issue in the entire world, but especially in the Black community. And it has been this way for a very long time. And, it's a very serious thing, and we really need to pay attention to it. And we really need to analyze it so we can really take care of this and, remove it from our community. So, like I said, before I go any further, let me let you know that I myself am not a hypocrite. I'm not going to talk about any situations or circumstances that I have not been involved in myself. So, I don't want y'all to be thinking I'm a hypocrite when I'm giving y'all this information. I only talk about things that I know I personally have been involved in, okay? So, but anyway, I did some research. Let me give y'all some numbers on this domestic violence situation, okay? So, 1 out of 3 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime, right? And 1 out of 10 men will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. Each year, more than 10 million people in America, the United States alone, 10 million people are affected by domestic violence, right? And out of that 10 million, 40% are Black women, right? Compared to 31% of all other race of women. 53.8% of Black women experience psychological abuse, while 41.2% experience physical abuse. Black women are 2.5 times more likely to be murdered by men than white women, okay? So those are just some statistics on, domestic violence in the Black community compared to other communities and other races of people. And as you can see, let me get this out of here. That's serious, right? So let's get real, people. Let's get real now, okay? So like I said, before I go on, I'm not talking about anything that I have not been involved in and that I haven't experienced myself. So, I'm giving you, my own opinion on, things that we could do to, lower the rates of domestic violence in our community, because it's a big deal. And, as a child, I experienced my parents have, certain times where they were, arguing aggressively and saying things that they, wouldn't normally say because they were angry at each other and doing, having little arguments and little fights. And, that's not good for the relationship, and that's not good for your family. That's not good for children to see. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people say, well, I wasn't really affected by that, but you are, whether you want to admit to it or not. You know what I'm saying? As a child, if you grow up watching your parents argue and fuss and fight and things like that, that's going to affect you in somewhere down the line. So, and that's traumatizing for your children to see. You don't want your child to see you and their parents going at each other like that. That's very hurtful to them. They don't know what's going on, and they can't choose sides. They really love both of you, and they don't need to be saying that regardless. So, for my man out there, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. I know there's a lot of women out there that know how to press your buttons, and and they say things, and if it's a domestic violence situation, more than likely you've been with this person for a long time, or of this person for a long time. Y'all been in each other's life for a long time, so they know things about you. They know how to press your buttons. They know how to make you angry. They know how to make you mad. But don't do it. It's not worth it, okay? Or you're going to be locked up. They're not going to let you out. No, they're not going to let you out, bro. Because listen, you know, in the state of North Carolina, which that's where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, Charlotte, North Carolina, you know, you have to do a mandatory 24 to 48 hour cool off period if, you know, someone accuses you of domestic violence and press charges on you or whatever. So, you know, think about that, bro. You know, you don't want to have to go through that. You don't want to have to go to jail. I don't care if I'm in jail for a minute. 1 minute in jail feels like a lifetime. Jail is not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cold in there. You know what I'm saying? Everything in there is hard, no homo, but everything in there is hard. The chair that you sit on is hard. It's made of metal. You know what I'm saying? The bed that you sleep on is hard. It's made of metal, and they give you a little cushion. You know what I'm saying? The covers they give you is hard. It's made of metal. No, I'm joking. The cover's not made of metal, but it's made of wool. And it's cold as hell in there, okay? It's cold, it's burr, it's brick, okay? And you don't want to be in there. You know what I'm saying? The food look like throw up. You don't want to do it, bro. For what? Because you couldn't control your temper and your anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? If you in a situation with your, you know, your other half or your partner or whatever, and you see it's getting to that point, leave, bro. Leave. Get up, get in your car, leave. I don't care if it's for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 days, 3 days, a week. Do whatever you have to do to not put yourself in the circumstances, you know, of domestic violence or abuse or physical altercation, okay? Because it's not worth it. That's a bad stigma to have on, you know, as a black man. We already looked upon as being dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to add that to your list. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a job. You can't get an apartment, you know, and it's not good for you, bro. So, you know, before I don't care. I understand people push your buttons, but before you even get there, bro, just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Just walk away. It's not worth it. And to my women out there, the same thing for you. Walk away. Walk away. You don't always have to get the last word. You don't always got to be petty. You don't always got to push people buttons. You don't always got to say mean and spiteful things. Walk away before you even get to that point, okay? You know, use your head, use your common sense. You know, your children, especially if y'all got children together, they don't need to be in the midst of this situation. They don't need to see that. That's unhealthy. That's emotionally and mentally unhealthy for the child, okay? So, you know, walk away. You know, stop being petty. Stop pushing buttons that you know that you're trying to push, okay? And I know a lot of, and stop hitting the man too, you know what I'm saying? And even though, and to my fellas, even though, you know, they might hit you, they might bite you, they might, you know, scratch you, do whatever, you know, and I understand that it might hurt and you're already upset, but like I said, just walk away, bro. Just walk away. And for my women, you got to stop doing that. I don't know, there's a lot of women out there that say, well, if a woman gonna hit a man, she need to be ready to be hit back. But we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't live by those standards, okay? Both parties have to be responsible and have to be, you know, in control of their emotional behavior. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to do that if you are in a relationship that's, you know, toxic, you know? So in those relationships, you have to get out of those relationships because it's not gonna bear any fruit. Those relationships are gonna not do anything but mess your life up, you know. And, you know, for the male and the female, you have to get out of those relationships. It's not healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna have to wake up in the middle. I don't wanna have to wake up during the day thinking I might get 2 black eyes throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? I might get a pot thrown out my head. I might get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wake up, you know what I'm saying, and have to go to the gym and work on my uppercut and my right hook just to survive in my household. No, I don't want to do that. That's not love, okay? That's anger. That's anger. That's bitterness. That's definitely not love, okay? You don't want to have to be going to and go spar just to live at the crib. You understand what I'm saying? So in those relationships, in those toxic, abusive relationships, let it go. Get out of it, okay? And for my women, I know it's hard. You say, he loved me, we got kids together, he's not really like that, and nah. He is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he done lumped you up several times and had you looking crazy, he is like that. You got to stop making excuses for him, and you have to get out of that situation. And for the friends of these women, be friends with them, through it all, because they need you. Even if they tell you, like, even if you tell them a million times, please leave us alone, something bad can happen. It can lead to something dangerous happening, because every time a domestic violence situation happens in a relationship, it gets worse every time. You know what I'm saying? Someone can get hurt, really hurt, and even worse, someone can actually die from. You know what I'm saying? So it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So be with, don't leave your friend, even though they might be stuck on stupid. Do not leave them. Be there through everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you might be able to save them. You know what I'm saying? And women, just, I understand it's hard, but like, if he's putting his hand on you and it's not worth it. Now, I ain't talking about if you provoking him and you doing everything in your power to make this man put his hands on you. I'm talking about if you are an innocent person and this man just beats on you, like, get out of there. You know what I'm saying? And for the relationships, for the women that are, that do like to, poke and try to, like, dang, I forgot the word, but how y'all be doing, and what I'm saying, pushing people buttons and stuff like that. Why would you do that? If you want to do that, then don't even be in a relationship. It's not cool. The relationships, I know they be like, I want a relationship. It gotta be, what they say, passionate. I want it to be passionate. I want somebody to choke me. I want somebody to slap me. I want somebody to, put me in my place and things like that. I mean, okay, if that's your preference, but like I said, that's not healthy. I don't think that's love. You know what I'm saying? And I know growing up in our community, domestic violence is it tries to be swept under the rug like it's not a big thing, but it is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? I know we grew up and we watched the Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It, and you know what I'm saying? And it's funny, it's a lot of memes, you know what I'm saying? Especially the one with Ike looking back, you know what I'm saying? But it's not cool, you know what I'm saying? If anime don't want to eat the cake, fellas, don't make anime eat the cake, okay? Don't make anime eat the cake, okay? Let anime go home and bake a cake, and it might be better for both of y'all. But anime didn't want to eat the cake, right? Okay, anime did not want to eat the cake. You cannot force anime to eat the cake. You cannot force cake in anime mouth. You can't do it, okay? All right? And for my women, if Ike is trying to stuff cake in your mouth in public, then you probably need to get away from Ike. Ike is not someone who respects you, okay? Get away from Ike, all right? You know what I'm saying? Because we really have to think about our children. Those are the ones that's watching us. Those are the ones that's going to come up after us. And you don't want to be in a relationship and have a daughter and a son, watching, mommy and daddy going at it like that, because then the daughter going to think, okay, it's cool for a man to treat me like this. And the son going to think it's okay for me to do this to women. All right. So, like I said, the relationship is that toxic. Get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's not love. You shouldn't have to wake up every day, you know what I'm saying, doing push-ups and going to the gym and get your bench in just to make sure you can protect yourself at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to be going to take self-defense classes just to walk through the door to drop groceries off at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You got to duck when you come in the crib. A right hook might come at you from out of nowhere. You don't want to, that's not the life you want to live. I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but I'm just trying to tell y'all, it's serious in the black community, and we really need to, take it serious, and we really need to stop sweeping it under the rug, and we really need to look at the issues, and we really need to, fix it. You know what I'm saying? And I know in the black community, it's tough. It's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of black families that's financially struggling, and just that can cause a lot of anxiety. That can cause a lot of frustration. That can cause a lot of anger and a lot of bitterness. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of a lot of domestic violence cases. But at the end of the day, we cannot be hating each other like that. We have to love each other. We have to lift our vibrations. If you love your partner or your person and it's at the point where it's getting physical, then you should leave, because that's how much you love them. You love them enough to leave before you hurt them, okay? That's real love. That's true love, okay? Leaving before you hurt someone that you love, all right? So we have to, as a community, we have to stop turning a blind eye to this. We have to start talking about it so we can lower these rates and eventually get this out of our community. Because the only thing we have to do is start loving each other, start taking care of each other, start respecting each other, and lifting the vibrations within each other. And eventually that won't even be a problem, because if we are loving and we continue to love and just spill out love, then nothing but love is gonna go around, and our vibrations are gonna be lifted. And you don't get domestic violence out of high vibrations. You don't get domestic violence out of love. Okay, so and like I said, I'm only talking about these things because I myself have been in circumstances of domestic violence. So I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite and try to talk to y'all about something that I don't know about. Like I said, it's not worth it. All right, my fellas, it's not worth it. Locked up, they won't let me out. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, bruh. And there's a bad stigma behind it and everything. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you ain't gonna be able to get no job. You ain't gonna be able to, get an apartment. Shit, you probably won't. You might not even be able to go to school in some instances. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a bad look. And we really need to get control over that situation. And we need to love our sisters. And sisters, y'all need to, love us too. And if you in a bad relationship and it's getting physical, get out of the relationship. That's not love. You don't need to be in that relationship, okay? I know y'all be like, well, I love this person. I've been with them for a long time and this and that, but it's not worth it, people. You know what I'm saying? Someone can really get hurt or even lose their life. So, like I said, it's your boy, Ratchet Reggie. If you like this content, like the video, share the video. What else? Subscribe to my channel. You feel me? But anyway, I gotta go, make a call, try to get some money on my books. You feel me? I gotta try to get some money on my books. You feel me? Cause I'm locked up, they won't let me out. It's your boy Ratchet Reggie, and I'm out. Hey yo, yeah, I'm gonna be on C4, cell block 4.